Hi, Diana here. I read 10 books in
April.
I don't even know what month that was. I read 10 books in April, which, it amazes me that I can read more than, 4 books ever in April. I had the privilege of being given Never Fade Away, the ebook by my secret bookshelf. They will sometimes hand out books to people to review for them, because they help indie authors mainly promote themselves. So I was given this book by them. This was a cute story. I gave it a 3.5 star rating on Goodreads, mainly because there were some confusing parts that made it a little hard to follow, and there wasn't that much depth in the writing. I felt like the writer was a novice writer, a younger writing, and what I think is the case is that the person is not a native English speaker, so they were writing in English, and it was just a little more simple writing. But the actual story I really enjoyed, and I have a full review of it on my blog. If you want to go check it out, I will make sure to link that down below. But overall, the story was really great, and I think this author can definitely go places. They just need to maybe work on their English a little bit more, so it's a little less confusing in places. But other than that, they have great storytelling abilities. They had a great story. It was very sweet, very cute. I really enjoyed it. I listened to The Secret Life of Bees. I've had it for a long time and just haven't gotten around to listening to it. And so I did Secret Life of Bees finally. And by Sue Monk Kidd, and I really, really did enjoy it. I had seen the movie when it came out years ago, and so I kind of knew what to expect. I knew that it would be an emotional book and stuff, but I wanted to see how it was written. Because, movies always change things. Books are definitely better, even for this one, for sure. So I really did enjoy that one. So, big thumbs up. Then I read the Sandcastle Empire by Kayla Olson. I came across Kayla Olson about a year ago, maybe? Less than a year ago, I guess. One of my favorite authors, Stephanie Garber, was kind of hosting her book tour in our area. And so we wanted to go mainly because Stephanie Garber was there, and my friends and I love Stephanie Garber. So of course we looked into who's this Kayla Olson and what she written, and we discovered that she had written the Sandcastle Empire, and she had also written, it's not there for some reason, The Splintered Silence. Not sure where it's at the moment. And that was actually what her tour was for The Splintered Silence. So we got both books because they both sounded interesting, so I got her to sign it. Unfortunately, it's only in paperback. I wasn't able to get the hardback because there's kind of no planning on it. We didn't have a lot of time. It was all kind of spur of the moment. Let's go. She's nearby. Let's go. But I really did enjoy this book a lot. Very compelling, very unique, very interested, kept me intrigued the entire time. I was having a hard time putting it down. So definitely this is a book you should pick up and read. And I'm sorry I'm not giving more in-depth synopsises because I want to make this quick. And if you guys want more in-depth, I will be doing blog posts, or I already have blog posts. So you can check out my blog. I'll leave the link below. You can check out the blog for more in-depth, or my other videos. I do more in-depth videos for some of the other books. So just check out my channel, check out my blog, and you'll be able to get more information. Then I read book number 7 in the Spells and Caramel series, Due East, Beast, and Campfire Feast by Erin Johnson. I really have been enjoying this series. It's starting to get maybe a little long and more predictable than it already was, but still I really enjoy her writing and her humor and the way that the friends interact and how the mysteries are all solved. Cute little reads. Only 3 more books to go and that series is over. But it has been a really fun series, and it is one that I would recommend if you just, it's been a nice little series to have on standby as I read some pretty intense books. That's been kind of a nice little breather in between some of those really deep, heavy books. I read Chloe's Crusade, The Teddy Bear Chronicles Volume 2 by Donalyn Voita. I really enjoyed the first book, and I just haven't been able to commit to the second book for a while. I had some obligations to take care of, but finally got to sit down and take care of book 2, and it was just as good as book 1, if not better. Donna Lynn really has a way with words. She is able to weave such a great story together. It's very impressive how well she can drop hints of what's coming and what's going to happen, and yet leave you on the edge of your seat, not sure what's going to happen, and all of that from the point of view of teddy bears. So these are teddy bears that only get to see, you know, what's in front of them. You know, if they get dropped on the floor, all they have is what they hear, and if they're laying on their backs on a bookshelf, that's what they get to see. So it's pretty cool, really interesting, and I'm really excited for her to get book 3 out. Make sure to follow her on Instagram. She's a really sweet author as well. Really good at interacting with everybody. Happy to offer advice. I really enjoy her feed. I read My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I wasn't sure what I was getting into when I was going to read a book that was written by 3 different people. I was afraid it was going to be choppy and confusing, but it flowed really, really well. There was no hiccups in it, and I just really enjoyed all of it. The humor, the different point of view, the intrigue, the romance, the lack of romance. I really enjoyed this read a lot more than I thought that I would. I'm not a huge Jane Eyre fan, so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, but I really did enjoy it, and as you can see in my TBR right here, I like this book so much that I went ahead and picked up my Lady Jane from my library on audio, just to see if I like it just as much as this one. So, definitely a book I would recommend. The next one was J'étais vous by Savannah Roberts. I won this book in a little, it's just a little novella. I won it in a contest that she was giveaway contest she was doing. She even signed it. She's written another book, Smoke and Mirrors, I want to say it's called. I will double check that for you. And she's an independent author. She's got another series that she's working on that sounds really intriguing. So I'm excited to see where she goes. This was a really cute story. I really, really did enjoy it. The characters were unique, and it's about gods who are in present-day Paris, a god of chaos and a god of peace, and somehow they meet and they're falling in love, but there's obstacles in their way. It was just, for such a short little book, I mean, you can see that. It's not a very thick book. It was really well done. I really did enjoy it. So definitely something to pick up and look into. I actually started the month off with this one, was the finale arc. This is not the full arc. This is the little spoiler we got from Owlcrate, but I had the arc on my ebook, Kindle, so I thought it'd be more fun if I showed you something in color and not on my little screen. So yay. Finale. Wow. I can't really say enough good things about Finale. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love it. And I'm kind of sad though, because now the Caraval series is over, and that's kind of depressing because it's been an amazing series. But definitely, if you haven't read Caraval and Legendary, read it so you can read Finale too. If you have read Caraval and Legendary, you're going to love Finale. Alright, and then the book of the month for my book club, Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schulte, I don't know. This was definitely a unique book. It had some parts that were a little hard to follow, that kind of jumped back and forth, and I felt the ending was a little bit rushed, but overall I still gave this a 4-star, and there were definitely a lot of parts that kept me intrigued, kept me wanting to read. It was very unique, so I did really enjoy it. Definitely something to pick up. Then I read the Elfstones of Shannara by Terry Brooks. I read the first one last month, so this is the second one. Next month I'm gonna read the third one. Definitely a very well done book. I think sometimes there's a little bit too many details, so it gets a little long-winded sometimes, but overall really enjoyed the story, really enjoyed the characters, and I'm excited to see what happens in book 3. So that is my reading list from April. My 10 books that I got through, which makes me really happy. Stay tuned, and I will be sharing my May, because I don't know what month it is, my May TBR with you guys. So everybody have a great day. Bye.